What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Today I got my man Clayton in here. He's gonna help me speak on the situation. This topic we're gonna get into with Stephen A. Smith. Man, so
I'm gonna do a mic real quick. What's good? What's good, everybody?
Yeah, man. And man. So tell me how you felt about Stephen A. The comments that he made about O.J. Simpson.
Yeah,
passing.
Yeah, that's So like he was saying a little bit off camera, like everybody's entitled to their opinion,
right?
But listening to him and the statements he made in terms of if he was on the trial, he was a juror, OJ would have been thrown under the jail.
Yeah.
To me, that crossed the line of that's no more an opinion. It's almost like he's saying factually that OJ committed what he committed. And he always prides himself on being covering sports and being a sports journalist and things of this nature. And to me, that's reckless journalism on his behalf, just automatically accusing this man or saying that this man committed the crimes. And I've also heard other people in the media doing the same thing.
Right.
I just watched, I seen a clip with Megyn Kelly talking to Adam Carolla or something, saying he's a double murderer. He's a double murderer. I mean, he's committed this crime, and that's such reckless journalism.
Yeah.
So, and I don't understand where's the accountability, because this is what they're big on. Stephen A., when you listen to him talk, he always talks about holding people accountable for what they do as a profession.
Right.
This is his profession. Where's the accountability in that?
I agree. I think that it's not even journalism, if you ask me. It's more opinion based, because they are letting you know more so how they feel, and then if you agree with them, then you're right. If you don't agree with them, you're wrong. But whereas though I feel like it should be like, all right, so the guy, he was acquitted of the two murders. So if they say that, O.J. Simpson passed, he was acquitted of two murders, then that to me is fair, because that's the situation. That's what happened. But the fact that, like with Stephen A. Smith, he always seemed like he is pandering to white people. You know what I mean? And so that's my issue with it. Like, whether he think OJ did it or not, that's his own opinion. Like, a lot of people watched that case because it was all over TV. Court TV was all, was big back in those days.
Crime of the century.
So you're gonna get a whole bunch of different opinions. But as a professional, when he come on TV, what he think about the case personally, I don't really care to hear like his personal opinions about it, because he always come off as somebody who is pandering. And then, it's just not a good look for him. It's not like I don't think he should lie or anything like that, but he just come off as somebody who's always pandering. And he'll find out, I think, that pandering, it don't work. It's not going to benefit him in the long run.
Well, how do you feel about other sports figures, other people in the media that's African American? A lot of people rallying around him in terms of showing him support, doing his show. He tends to have a lot of relationships with different people. And, if he's coming off like he's pandering to white folks, what does that say about the people that have strong relationship with him and who are in bed with him? Because Cam and Mace, they have this show, and shout out to them. I like their show. It's very entertaining. It is what it is. And they added OJ to their lineup, and they had a great relationship with OJ, and they also had a relationship with Stephen A.
Yeah.
Right. So where do they stand now? Hearing Stephen A., like I said, to me it was slanderous in a sense, saying, well, he didn't call him a murderer, but to say he'd be under the jail, that's almost saying that he's a murderer.
Right.
And that's kind of slanderous. So what does that say about blacks as a whole that's in the public eye and that's showing support for Stephen A. on that level.
I think I don't know what Cam and Mace were like, what their opinion was, and I guess maybe I shouldn't because like whatever their opinion was, that's their opinion.
Right.
As far as because all right, for instance, if Stephen A. Smith said that OJ did it and he should be under the jail, and then Cam and Mace said that he didn't do it, you shouldn't give an opinion either way.
Right.
All right. So I'm not even going to try to find out like what Cam and Mace like
Yeah,
what their opinion.
They didn't say that. They but they did make a post about these people talking reckless about OJ.
Yeah.
And he was saying that they got a new name for him. He said, if I call you Thomasita or something, I forget what they said. You know what I'm saying to you. You know, you Tom and whatever. I don't know the word, the exact phrase, but
and see that that's why I say I think people like that are pandering. You know, like if I'm on a public forum and somebody asks me, like, do you think OJ did it? Personally myself, I'm avoiding that question because it don't really matter what I think if OJ did it or not. What matters is like those 12 people who found him not guilty. Whether I think he did it or not is not even really the point, you know. So I'm not going certain questions. And people think that, like, all right, nowadays people think that you got to put your every thought, your every, everything that come across your mind, you got to put that out in the public. And that's not how the world works. People think right now that that's how the world works, but some things you got to keep close to the vest. And if you don't keep certain things close to the vest, then you set yourself up. You know what I mean? It's going to be trouble. So.
That's a great position.
Yeah, I'm not, everything. You don't always want to tell people how you feel. I know people like, I speak my mind and I tell people what I feel, and you can't do that with everything.
Well, and that's a great position to take. Now, when you talk journalism and stuff like that, they're supposed to report the facts,
right?
You know, and the fact of the matter is he was acquitted. So, and this is why I go back to the irresponsible journalism from Stephen A. Because, just giving that opinion is insinuating he's guilty and he did it.
Yeah,
that's his personal.
Yeah, and that's your personal feeling.
Yeah, he shouldn't have projected his personal feelings.
Right.
Reporting on something like that, like this man, passing away as if he ain't deal with it.
Right.
That backlash, even after the fact, regardless of your opinion.
Right.
This is not the time to be voicing that. Not on this platform.
Right.
Yeah.
Not as a sports analyst reporting on a former professional athlete.
And so Stephen A. Smith also tried to give a disclaimer. He was like, well, this is no reflection of his family. I don't have nothing against his family. And, but he always do that. He'll start out with, I respect this man as a person. And, he always tried it. That's just like when you tell somebody, I don't mean no harm, but you know what I mean?
Start off with that stuff.
Don't do that. Yeah. So don't give a disclaimer and then be phony about, well, I said I respect this family, because you got two families. You got Nicole family. She, it's three. Ron Goldman. The Goldman family, and you got the Brown family. Then you got O.J. Simpson family. Everybody living with that pain of what happened in that case, right?
Yeah.
So why, like, if you give a personal opinion, you're gonna piss at least 2 out of the 3 of those families off. And, so why give your personal opinion? Just state the facts.
Right.
He was accused, he was acquitted.
Right.
He died, he passed away from cancer.
Right.
But this dude, my issue with him, like I said, he always feel the need to pander. And I think as a life lesson for young people is like, you don't need to pander to people, because even the people that you pander to, number one, they don't respect you. And number two, when they finish with you, they don't care if you kiss their ass from here to across the street. When they finish with you, they finish with you.
Right.
And it never fails. It's going to show in the long run that when they finish with Stephen A. Smith, they're going to be finished with him. And so that's why I said,
in regards to other people like Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce, I'm saying good riddance, and And like I said, Meg Kelly and him calling him a murderer. To me, it's almost like there's no fear of defamation lawsuits at this point because he's passed away. And I'm not sure if family can still sue for these types of things. But if you look at, and I'm gonna say this about the trial, not to go back in the trial or try to retry it or anything. This is just my thoughts on the trial. If you can remember back then, when you look at that timeline of what happened, right? And you look at the murder scene, when they talk about how much blood was involved, and you talking about her throat getting, split, you talking about an extreme amount of blood. My heart, and I know everybody went crazy with the Johnny Cochran, if the glove don't fit. But to me, that wasn't even in question. The minute you showed me that timeline, I always ask this question: how could a person between 10:30 and 11 commit this, clean himself up, get rid of the clothes, and be ready for the limo driver when he pulled up? Because think about all that blood. If I did it, if I drove my truck there, and that's what I did, and I got back in my truck, I would have to clean myself up from the murder scene to the truck so I wouldn't get blood in the truck. Then what am I doing with these clothes? Like, how am I cleaning myself up that fast? That, to me, right there, when I heard the timeline, I just think it was impossible for him to do it. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I know you just talking about giving your opinion or whatever. But this, to me, was always something I thought about, that timeline. So with all the questions involved, I just think it's very, very irresponsible for people to say he did it. I'm not saying he didn't, but how can I say he did? You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing with Stephen A. And then I also have a problem with people that support it. It's like the way you hold a person accountable, someone that's always preaching accountability, is you gotta at some point stop supporting this slanderous, journalism that seems like he's perpetuating, from his platform.
Well, my thing with Stephen A. Smith is you can recall so many instances where he'll call out black people. He'll throw black people under the bus. But like, how he don't have that same energy when it's somebody outside of the community. Like, what was the guy who runs the MMA fighting, the guy who hit his wife on camera?
You talking Dana
White. The first thing he said was, Dana White is my friend, and Dana, you know what I mean? He went into all that, all that kissing up and all that stuff up to Dana White. But when somebody else was even just accused of hitting their wife, he was like, this person need to be out the league. This person I was like, come on, man. Come on. That's just crazy.
I'll give you a great example too. Aaron Rodgers, Kyrie Irving. Same issue. The vax.
Right.
Same issue. Where Aaron Rodgers, they talked about it. He felt like it was, but it wasn't that. With Kyrie, oh my goodness, man. You would think Kyrie committed.
You would think he the one invented that, He the one started the pandemic and all that stuff. Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying.
And the thing about Kyrie never spoke against it. He just said what's best for him. You understand? Aaron Rodgers tried to mislead the public, at first, initially, and then he comes back and find out he was kind of telling, a mistruth to some degree. Like, and I had respect for both of them for whatever they decide to do with their own body. But that was more egregious, in my opinion, than what Kyrie did. Kyrie was he was stand up. He never tried to dodge the question. He never tried to mislead anybody. This is what's best for me. And Stephen A. He tied his wagon to Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's a bad man. All his antics when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, boy. But
that's why I think that,
and he's right back on it with him now. But go ahead.
That's why I think outside of ESPN, like in his own community, like Stephen A. Smith don't have any credibility. And
it seems like he does.
No, outside of like ESPN, that's the platform that people have you know what I mean, they built for him.
So do you think it's all show? When like I just seen Jada on this show, Jada Kiss. Love Jada.
Yeah.
My favorite rap. One of my favorite. He ain't my favorite. Nas my favorite, but Jada Kiss on this show. And it's a lot of love. Noriega just had him on Drink Champs. It's a lot of love. Joe Budden just had him on the platform. Now you think these guys are doing that?
That's just for show.
Just for show to get leverage.
He don't have no credibility. And like when you look at what's the other show, the Pat McAfee show. When you watch the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee have genuine relationships with number one Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Even before Pat McAfee was on ESPN's platform, him and Aaron Rodgers used to do his show. Now, people will do Stephen A. Smith show and they'll come on to ESPN because that's a good look for them. You know what I mean? But that don't mean that they agree with all this. You know,
it's about promoting whatever.
It's about business and promoting your platform or whatever you got going on. But this dude don't have no credibility outside of their platform.
But you do understand, if I join your show to promote my product, I'm also bringing my eyes to your show, and I'm giving you validation without validating. Just me being associated with you. So now, when you got a hip hop community and they respect Jada Kiss, he's well regarded. It's almost giving Stephen A. cosign.
I don't see it like that because you like Jadakiss. You know what I mean? I like Jadakiss. But we don't see Stephen A. Smith like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't care what platform he go on to. He don't, just because, and that's his fault that his credibility is.
So take the other situation. Noriega inviting him on the Drink Champs to try to boost his thing. So that's not giving Stephen A. some level of a cosign.
What, from Noriega?
Yeah.
I feel like it depends on how the interview go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it could be like a setup to make him look like a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Well, from what I couldn't even watch it long because I can't stand.
Right.
It's just not opinion. It's just so, what he say is what it is.
Yeah,
he's a loudmouth.
Yeah.
But just listening to it, I mean, Nori was really celebrating him. Which, with all due respect, they from New York, from the same borough. I mean, it could be, with all due respect, off the camera, he could be somebody totally different. I don't know. But it seemed like he was celebrating him,
I don't. Like I didn't see him on Drink. I don't even watch Drink Champs that much. I watched it a few times. It just depends on who on there.
Right.
But like if Stephen A. Smith on there, I'm not gonna watch it. I watch I watched Jason Whitlock before I watched Stephen A. Smith, and the reason why I watched Jason Whitlock is because he always throwing Stephen A. under the bus.
Always doing that.
He always dragging Stephen A. Smith, man. So
he does drag him.
And both of those guys to me like pander to the larger
base
audience.
they represent.
They pander to people, but
they commercial people.
They are
very commercial.
That's why they are in the positions they in. ESPN, they just commercial people. When you are us, and that you kind of got to play a role, and you got to stick with that role. You got to be who the people want to see, and this is who we want to see you be.
Right.
So it could just be a front, it could be another part to him off camera. He might not even be pushing his own agenda.
He's not. He's not putting his shoulders on it. He's not. Yeah. He's pushing the agenda of Disney.
He might just be a character.
And speaking of Disney, one of Disney heirs is transgender. Do you believe Disney has a transgender agenda in a sense? With a lot of things that they try to make sure people that's falling under their umbrella promote or partner with or, kind of co-sign. Do you think Disney might have that going on?
I think all of them. I think all of those networks have an agenda. You know what I mean? That they are pushing and promoting. For this reason or that reason. I think they all have an agenda.
Right.
So my thing to people is that's why I think people should just think for themselves. Don't you know, like
the public.
Yeah, like so it's more like people like these different bases are trying to like sway you this way or that way. But like if you think for yourself, then you'll probably, you'll be a lot better. It's just, people got to think about like how much of your real thoughts are really your own thoughts. You know what I mean? Because it's so much
being
consuming so many different
yeah.
people's opinions and you seeing what people want you to see. So
and you seeing it all as fact. Like
right,
everything,
exactly.
you seeing it all as fact.
Yeah.
Right.
And you could be seeing several different opinions on one topic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you confusing yourself. You don't even know what's going on
one show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Stephen A. Smith will come on and he'll give his opinion about a game or something that's happening. Then you'll have Ryan Clark will come on and they'll be on the same segment. And you'll get like 3 or 4 different opinions off of one segment, you know? And yeah, so I just think people just need to think for themselves when it comes to stuff like that.
Everything.
Yeah, you're right about everything.
And a lot of the support may not necessarily be support, because I do know we living in an era where the celebrity is no longer like revered. Now the public is engaging, and it's like they're trolling, they're coming for you, they're attacking your character. It's like, so I do definitely think it's a different atmosphere. And a lot of the support is just people getting the opportunity to take shots too on your platform.
Well, and see, that's why I said earlier, like, it's good for people to don't always put your thoughts out there. You don't want to be in people's face all day, every day, because there is like familiarity do breed contempt. So if people have access to you, all the time, and then they get to take your presence for granted. Like, that's just Mikey, that's just Clayton. You know what I mean? Clayton always, like you always hear people from New York say, they don't get starstruck because in New York or California, it's nothing to see like a star walking up and down the street. You know what I mean? You coming out of a coffee shop and you might see somebody like Tracy Morgan or something. And if he in that community all the time and you see him all the time, you don't pay him no mind. That's just Tracy Morgan. He always be around here, But I think it's people have too much where those people are concerned. They have too much of a connection to those people. They get to see them too much. It's just like they oversaturate.
Do you get starstruck in any situation?
I don't. I never seen like, I don't know, like of somebody that I would want to see that I would be like, I mean, like when I was young, I used to want to see Michael Jordan, but like now, I don't know.
I can't picture you being excited to see nobody.
I mean,
I can't see that either.
In all my time of knowing you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I probably was like young. Like when we was in high school or something, I wouldn't have been starstruck. But I would have been like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
You got some men that be like, oh man, Halle Berry. If I see Halle Berry, you get what I'm saying? Like some guys be like that. Like I can't think of a person who you would excite you to like.
Yeah, I don't know
who
I would have been
outside
like,
of
excited to see, especially not like no entertainer or nobody like that. Or somebody like, I don't know, like Malcolm X or somebody like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Not no star. Nobody I would have been. You would. Who you think you like would have seen and been starstruck?
Well, I've seen people, and I didn't have that reaction. But I never saw Jordan when I was young. I seen him play, sitting on the court side, but I was a grown man then. So, but since being an adult, I've had conversations with NFL football stars and stuff, and as opposed to celebrating them, I found myself like kind of offering them advice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that was just my nature. Like Travis Taylor, I don't know if you guys remember him. He used to play wide receiver for the Ravens at one point.
I remember that.
And we met up. We met up and we ran across. I used to go to the store Outline in Baltimore. I don't know if they're still around, but DC, his nephew used to lay stuff out for. So I'm in the store and Travis come to pick up some stuff. He introduces him. My first thing was, bro, I'm rooting for you. You need to catch the ball. Like, you need to step your game. I wasn't like it. And then the guy Zeus, he got hit with a flag. And his eye messed up. I saw him at Outline. And we get to talk, and he telling me the whole situation, how he was suing the league. So just met me, didn't know me from that, but it was never like a starstruck kind of thing. And you know, and been around a few comedians and different things like that. So no, I don't get like that, you know, with people, you know.
I saw Zeus at the Whole Foods store downtown.
Yeah.
And I mean I wasn't starstruck. This dude, he big as I don't know what.
Yeah, he is big. Big. Yeah,
he
big
was
boy.
A big dude. And
he was a friendly dude.
He was taking all the oranges, and if he wasn't so big, I was like, man, they didn't put the oranges out there for your big ass. The oranges for they community oranges.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, I saw him down at the Whole Foods. Yeah. He a big dude.
And Travis Taylor just pretty much was thanking me. I hear you, bro. That's what's up. I hear you. I remember Mike Devereaux used to play for the Orioles. I'm at back then it was called Christopher's, but he used to be put on your station. And we in there drinking. And he's another one. I told him, I said, you a brother, you in Baltimore. They like white heroes. You got to step your game up, bro. And I started hitting on his wife. I didn't know it was his wife.
Yeah.
Started hitting on his wife. So in the night he come over, and that's his wife. I was like, well, I'm sorry, I know it was your wife. So anyway, I get in my car, I'm drunk as hell. He comes over to the car.
Yeah.
He said, bro, listen, be careful out here. You've been drinking. Make sure you make it safe. So it was a good vibe. But yeah, that whole star.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's how people in New York, like they treat stars because they have so much access to people, or maybe in California too. Yeah, you know, they have access to people. But
so I think that's a good thing though.
Yeah,
for people to, because I really don't. Yeah, I think we need to eliminate. And I think that's the era we living in now.
We all human,
right? Yeah.
We all human.
Yeah, to eliminate the hierarchy.
Yeah,
to eliminate that. Yeah, you know. So
all right. So now, what you think about getting off of Stephen A. Smith off that topic? What about the Allen Iverson? They gave Allen Iverson a statue in Philadelphia, and people are upset because they don't think the statue was big enough to really honor Allen Iverson. One dude said it was like a little trophy they gave. You know, what y'all think about that?
Allen Iverson, the little dude.
Yeah,
it was a true replica.
What we expect?
Man, oh my God, I think it was well deserved.
I think it was too little, too late though.
I don't think so.
Think so?
Yeah, man. I think number one, he should have got a bigger statue, and they should have did this. Allen Iverson is a cultural icon.
Yes.
All right, and when you treat your cultural icons like that, you cheat him, and you cheat yourself, because like this dude, I mean, so many people, not just in Philadelphia, but all around. You know what I mean? Allen Iverson, like I said, is an icon. He was a lot of people's favorite, ball player. And they gave him this little teeny statue. Man, I think if you're gonna honor somebody like him, you gotta honor him in the right way. That's what I think.
Yeah, I would have to, like I said, I would have to do research in terms of all the other greats that played in Philly. But I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think he's a bigger icon than Dr. J or the same?
I think Allen Iverson a bigger, even though I like Dr. J. In my opinion, I think it's Allen Iverson a bigger icon than Dr. J.
And I think Allen Iverson would disagree with you.
For real?
I do. I think he would disagree with you in terms of that. But I'm gonna say this: if people do the research and see all the statues that was built for the other icons like Barkley, Dr. J, they'll see that the statue is very much
on par
with what they did with their other icons. So it may not be. Yeah, it's not really small. It's what
It ain't like what Mike got at Chicago.
But I mean,
it ain't what like Kobe got at the Staples Center, right?
Yeah, but different organizations and cities do different things.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so if like the Lakers, when they honored Kobe, they did Kobe the way they were supposed to honor.
Kobe brought rings to LA.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but this dude was big for the league, though, not just Philadelphia. And what else Philadelphia had to hang their hat on as far as championships? The last time they won, it was with Doc, right?
Was AI big for the league, or was AI big for us?
Everybody.
I was going to say, I feel like AI was big for the league. Yeah, he changed a lot with the league. What he started?
He had
people wear sleeves now because AI. AI was like the first one wearing like the sleeve, the sweatband.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by big for us.
Okay,
the league didn't want that,
but that changed the league.
That
changed
You
the
had some
players'
people who
mentality.
didn't look like us that was doing the same thing.
Good for us,
No,
not the
That's
league.
good for
I'm
the
telling you this.
league. That's
That's
good for
why
the league.
you
And
have-
even his game.
You have
Game
women.
was.
You have middle class women who got tattoos now all up and down. Like he made
That
it.
ain't because of
made it
AI.
cool for guys
Yes,
to
it
have
is.
braids.
No, that a lot of
He made
people.
like, people wasn't getting tattoos
before
like that when he.
Oh no.
So like no, seriously, like even in like advertisement and people on TV, they wasn't showing people with tattoos.
No.
And stuff. If
No,
you
they
had tattoos,
weren't.
they was putting makeup over it.
They weren't.
You can't put makeup over if you sweating full court.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I push back on it a little bit. I definitely think AI changed the dress code in NBA because it's rebellious nature. But the tattoos and stuff comes from the rock culture and people. When a society starts adapting things, because I had tattoos way before that AI phenomenon happened. Right when the people starts doing things, corporate America adjusts because that's what's going on in the society. And now I'm going to start making this a part of the media and what I advertise folks to bring them in. So I'm not going to give AI the credit for that, but I will give AI the credit for the culture in the league in terms of dress codes and stuff like that. Man,
like even game wise, like he made it cool that he was kind of like the N1 in the NBA.
Yes, but you
like the handle, he made handles.
But Tim Hardaway had a cross. Listen, AI was my favorite player. He was a giant for his size, but he was more good for us. He made people say, be yourself, accept who you are, live unapologetically you. That wasn't necessarily great for the NBA. His game was, and Kobe Bryant was in the league then, Shaq, these people winning titles. The NBA was building themselves up on that as well. Mamba, Kobe, the second added Jordan. AI had more of a cultural impact with people.
With who?
People.
Yeah,
people, not the league.
Not just our community though. That's what I'm saying.
No, people. That's what I say. That's when I say us.
Yeah,
I'm talking about people.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why he made the rock culture. Everybody couldn't really relate to that rock culture.
No.
And you seen like a lot of rock dudes had tattoos and stuff like that. But it took off when AI was wearing those tattoos.
I think hip hop. I think rappers. No, I think rappers.
No.
Rappers started.
Rappers at that time.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
Yes.
AI when AI was doing those once he started wearing those tattoos, and then
why do you think AI was wearing tats? Because of what was going on in our culture. A lot of people that get in the public eye, they're taking the culture to the public eye.
But he put it on that platform because
but he's taking what we're already doing.
Right. That's like people give Michael Jordan. They give Michael Jordan they give Michael Jordan credit for wearing the big baggy shorts. But if you go back and you look at Jordan shorts, he didn't have the big baggy shorts like that.
People give Jordan credit for the baggy shorts.
Yeah, he did.
No, it wasn't.
He did, because after he first came to the league, they had him in shorts. He said, "No, I can't do this."
Right.
And the big long ones, yes, that's right.
But Michael Jordan the same way. That was from the hood first though. Dudes in the neighborhood wasn't trying to wear those shorts like that. You know what I mean?
But was Mike being influenced by the hood or just his own company? Because Mike ain't in the hood.
Mike didn't invent that, though, but he got credit for it. That's just like Allen Iverson didn't invent tattoos, but he got credit for making it more popular because of the platform he was on.
Oh yeah, them shorts though. I know.
And then even that, like the Fab Five, they went. The Fab Five even wore bigger shorts than Michael Jordan.
But Jalen, watch the documentary. Jalen Rose and them tell you they got
it from Mike.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But their shorts was even bigger than Mike.
They probably were.
Their shorts was even bigger.
AI shorts was bigger than theirs.
Yeah. So because they had that platform and that reach, it took off. Mike had the platform that reach and it took off. Allen Iverson had the platform that reach and then those tattoos took off.
I think the tattoos I think that's an American thing more.
Yeah. I'm saying a tattoo. People was getting tattoos way before Allen Iverson was even born.
He started that because I mean, Kenyon Martin was the same way around the same time. I mean, he was tatted up in the NBA. So we're not saying he started it.
What did Dennis Rodman do?
Oh man, ain't nobody really followed his lead.
But what was it? But wasn't he tatted like crazy?
Yeah.
And he was following that wild party rock
Painting
like
his
that.
nails,
And see, that's what I'm
dyeing his
saying. All right.
hair.
So if he had the nails and he had the tattoos and the rings and stuff like that, one day was like, all right, they accepted him for who he was, but nobody wanted to emulate that.
Right, but like you said, that was like rock culture,
That
and
was
rock culture wasn't necessarily what was, what was popping to us.
Yeah.
So he wasn't necessarily like, oh, like I like his look. Let me try. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't that. But AI was
and that swag what AI brought to that's a whole different
two different things.
Like,
exactly.
I like his swag, and I'm gonna imitate that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
and
that's
I think
AI,
the NBA was a beneficiary.
Hell yeah.
But it wasn't what was best for them, but they benefited from it. What was best for them was the explosion of the stars like Kobe, AI, Shaq, and
so
stuff like
how
that.
soon do you think they should have given AI the statue?
Yeah.
Man, I think like within like 5 years after he left the team.
How long has he been retired now?
Yeah, because I mean he's been retired for a long time. 5 years after he left the league, I think he should have been the same time he in the Hall of Fame already, right? I'm sure he in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he in the Hall of Fame. Remember his Hall of Fame speech?
He thanked Jada Kiss. He retired in 2013.
2013.
So yeah.
Wow, 11 years.
Yeah, he retired in 13.
Yes.
Yeah, so like around about 18, I think he should have got that statue. Around like 18.
Yeah, 5 years later. I
he should have got that around 18. The same time he went to the Hall of Fame, I think Philly should have. They dropped the ball on that.
Have they retired his jersey?
Huh?
Did they retire?
Yeah,
they retired his
they
jersey.
definitely put it up in the back.
They always having him back there to pay homage and to pay respect. So you should they should have been did that. They dropped the ball.
Do Iggy deserve
a retired jersey? Huh?
Do Iggy deserve a statue or retired jersey? Iguodala, Andre, and Philly.
No.
He
wasn't there that long enough. He wasn't there long enough.
I feel like he kept it going.
He was good.
He had a good amount of time. I don't think Andre Iguodala would deserve.
You associate him with the Warriors.
More than I can see that.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like he had a good start.
He was supposed to be that dude when he got to Philly.
Right.
He was supposed to be that next dude, but But yeah, man.
I see. Yeah, 11 years is a long time.
Yeah, they
honor AI with it.
I think they should have had a bigger statue and should have made a bigger to do. They hurt themselves though, because people who love Allen Iverson still gonna love him no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what the organization do for him.
But I think AI appreciate the job. Like I don't know if he spoke about it yet.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure he do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I would, if somebody gave me a trophy in my hand, or whether they put me on Mount Rushmore, I appreciate, you know what I mean, the love either way. But I just think that the organization cheated themselves because they don't really have too much other stuff going for them. Is Joel Embiid hurt again? I think he hurt again.
Yeah.
So I don't know when Philly gonna win a championship. They can't even keep Embiid on the court.
Putting a bigger statue of AI is not gonna boost anything for the organization. The players right now currently got to do that.
Yeah, no, I think. But it'll put the organization into a better light, like the Lakers did with Kobe. Kobe got 3 statues.
Mm-hmm. That's Kobe. That's mom. That's
man.
Something different. And he got immortalized with God rest his soul with him passing. So a lot of that played a part in it as well.
There's other people that hasn't passed. I got 3 statues over there.
No, but they wasn't him. Like that's trash. You talking about a Michael Jordan type figure. Then dying tragically in the height.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then with his daughter, just the way it all happened. Right. That's something different. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the United States come up with something to commemorate him Kobe. At some point.
Yeah.
Because of his impact, so that's different.
Right.
That's different.
How long we been on? 40 minutes?
Yeah, that's so
we're gonna take a break and our next segment, we're gonna get into like the NBA playoffs, and I want to talk about LeBron in our next segment. I want to talk about LeBron, man, and leadership and stuff like what I mean, leadership, and his legacy in the league. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can go to our website, urbanplatformfashion.com. Check out our gear that we have. We have hoodies. We have long sleeve t-shirts. As you can see, I got on the long sleeve black t-shirt today. We have short sleeve t-shirts. Also,
I think you should do a fashion shoot with Mikey.
Yeah.
With the clothes, post them.
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of flavor.
Yeah, and also we have socks too. We got the 1111 socks.
Yeah.
Check out our 1111 socks. For the 1111 socks, you have to go to the Instagram, pick those up. Those are not on the same website with
working. Website coming shortly.
Yeah. And also might run the Clayton Reed
Yeah. It's up there.
Yeah. If you guys want to support me, go check out Amazon.com, Clayton Reed Jones, Trauma, My Love Letter to the World. That's the title of the book. It's a good read. It's real. You'll see yourself within the pages. And also, I just shine light on how these traumatic things we go through are help building us and are pushing us toward something greater, So check that out.
So when they go there, they can purchase the book on there?
You can purchase on Amazon, of course. Yeah.
And you working on what book now right now?
Yeah, I'm actually currently finishing up my third book. This is not a memoir like the other two. This is a love story. It's a fantasy love story, but it's fiction. But fiction is the lie in which we tell the truth. So it's a lot of wisdom and it's a lot of gems. And I think people are gonna fall in love with the two main characters of the story, Elijah and Genesis. They're actually on a collision course. They both have a desire to live a love they envision their entire life, and that sets them on a course to find each other. But the road traveled threatens to destroy their relationship that seems destined to be. So that's coming soon. It's still, I'm finishing up. I'm in the last chapter now. And
all right.
Don't have a home for yet, but that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be something we can live vicariously through. And everybody loves a good love story, especially when so much of it has urban elements involved and a little bit of sci-fi and stuff like that. So it's dope. Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, y'all tune back in probably like another 15 minutes. We're going back live, talk about some NBA playoffs and the standings and stuff like that. Some of the matchups that's gonna be coming down the pipe. So with that being said, peace. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
I should have said people want to